Happy Friday. The weekend is just around the corner, but first it's time for Sparked. We have a wonderful show for you this evening, so sit back, relax, and enjoy View TV's Sparked.
In a world where entertainment is at risk, one man is given a mission, but he is about to face his biggest challenge yet. He will race against the clock and open doors to new possibilities that will save weekends as we know it.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for free movies.
Oh, I'll help you with that.
Just go to movies.valpo.edu. They have all the best movies, including The Hobbit and 22 Jump Street.
Whoa, it's that easy?
It's that easy.
Grab some popcorn, grab some buddies, and watch movies.valpo.edu's great selection.
What is passion? At Valpo, it's something that pours out of us uncontrollably. It's a late night shot of caffeine, cramming for finals, a jam session with friends. It sees deep into space, turns big stuff into small potatoes, floats boats and floods the senses. Passion is alive, it has a heartbeat, and it lives in you. How do we know? Because at Valpo, passion is who we are.
Well, I think that's all we need. Thank you so much for coming in. We'll be in touch.
Okay, this is it. Just shake his hand and walk out with your head held high. Don't mess this up.
Thank you. Nailed it.
Don't let a bad handshake get in the way of getting the job you want. Find out more at the Career Center.
Welcome to Sparked on VUTV Channel 15. This is the show keeping you up to date on everything in the world of science, technology, and innovation. I'm your host, Colin Luft, and for the next 30 minutes, we will take a journey looking at one of my personal favorite topics, robotics. But before we get to that, let's head over to our Fast Five as we take a look at the latest news from the tech industry. It looks like Twitter doesn't like the like button. The social network may get rid of the heart-shaped button. CEO and co-founder Jack Dorsey says the small redesign would be a way to improve debate on the platform. Twitter posted Monday morning about the possible change, but clarified nothing is finalized since the redesign is in its early stages. The heart-shaped button has only been around for a few years. It replaced the star-shaped favorite button 3 years ago. Apple brought its fanfare to Brooklyn, New York, unveiling new models to some signature products. Tuesday, CEO Tim Cook announced the release of a new MacBook Air. The MacBook Air has been completely redesigned. It's 25% lighter than the previous version. It has a more responsive keyboard and a sleeker border. and it's made out of recycled aluminum. What's not on the device is the controversial Touch Bar feature. It was introduced 2 years ago, and many users disliked it. Cook also introduced new versions of the iPad Pro and Mac Mini at the same event. A NASA spacecraft just broke the record for closest approach to the sun. The Parker Solar Probe is hurtling towards the sun at more than 150,000 miles per hour. The spacecraft set a record Monday for the closest approach to the sun by a human-made object and passed the current record of 26.55 million miles from the sun's surface. The previous record was set by the German-American joint venture spacecraft Helios 2 in 1976. And this is just the beginning. The Parker Solar Probe is expected to get within 3.8 million miles of the sun by 2024. NASA launched the probe in August. And staying with NASA, NASA is taking steps towards sending people to outer space earlier this week. The USS John P. Murtha left the Naval Base San Diego as part of the testing process. A crew is boarded onto a mock Orion capsule, sent into the Pacific Ocean, and then smaller boats bring it back to the Murtha. Officials say they want to make sure the spacecraft is completely safe once it lands in the water. The first test was a success. The Murtha also hosted astronaut Don Pettit as he met with school children and the families of the ship's crew. And finally, a new phone that can take 2D and 3D pictures and video is on the market. It is made by the camera maker Red, and it is their first ever smartphone. Hydrogen One is the world's first 4-view media machine. Powered by nanotechnology, it creates a display with realistic depth, similar to a holographic effect without 3D glasses needed. Not only are the pictures and sound 3D, but this phone is also equipped with 360-degree sound to make movie and video watching immersive without headphones. This phone is the first step into 3D phone technology. And when you hear the initials TI, what do you think of? The first thing that comes to many of our minds is calculators. But from semiconductors to microcontrollers and much, much more, Texas Instruments has long been working hard on a whole array of exciting products. After the break, we will highlight some exciting new technology from TI that you won't want to miss.
VUTV, your campus, your story.
welcome back to Sparked. With me here, we have 3 exciting pieces of technology. First up is the MSP 432 Launchpad Development Kit, the brains of the TI Robotic System Learning Kit. TI's SimpleLink MCU platform is the broadest portfolio of connected ARM microcontroller units in a single software development environment. The MSP 432 delivers flexible hardware, software, and tool options for Internet of Things and most exciting robotics applications. So students starts with the Launchpad and then can expand to the TI Robotic System Learning Kit, or RSLK, right here. And through this, the student is on a journey that spans electrical, mechanical, and computer science systems.
Robots span every industry: automotive, industrial, and consumer electronics. Robots provide a difficult challenge to the engineers who design them: to build a system that is at the intersection of electrical, mechanical, and computer science disciplines. A strong understanding of electrical engineering, including software and hardware design, power constraints, and wireless communication, along with mechanical engineering, is critical to unlocking the potential of robotics. We call it systems thinking. It's the reality of how today's technologies are designed and built. While the industry seeks engineers with systems knowledge, structured curriculum has not been available to university academia to assist in teaching across engineering disciplines. Meet the TI Robotics System Learning Kit, or TI RSLK, an education solution from Texas Instruments to teach systems design using a low-cost robot kit. Based on TI's industry-leading SimpleLink MSP 432 MCU Launchpad Development Kit, students will discover the role of each hardware component included within the TI RSLK. They will write code and then learn to integrate with hardware, finishing with their own fully functioning robotic system that can complete challenges and even compete against other TI RSLK robots. The TI RSLK comes with 20 educational modules, each complete with lecture videos and slides, lab documentation and demonstrations, quizzes, and classroom activities for the robotics kit. The kit and curriculum is fully customizable and comprehensive, hands-on and interactive, and focused on the entire system. Students will learn, build, and compete with the TI RSLK, all while developing the valuable systems thinking they'll need to engineer their future in any industry. With a foundation built on systems thinking, students can become better engineers enabled to build the next frontier of smart robots and systems. So let's work together to discover the technology of tomorrow and change the world today.
TI developed this RSLK as a teaching tool. It helps prepare students for applying systems knowledge and experience to their work in the industry upon graduation. They offer curriculum with documents and videos, so you can work through them at your own pace, providing 20 full modules of information and instruction free online today. Through this curriculum, students learn the function and purpose of each hardware and software component included within the TI RSLK system. With this groundwork, students can write and develop their own code and then fully build their own robotic functioning system. Each module is complete with lecture videos and slides, lab documentation and demonstration videos, quizzes, and classroom activities and resources from TI to support the learning experience. The curriculum and modules can be expanded and used in a variety of engineering classes at any level along a college student's learning journey. And this is all available at the link seen right below. And finally with me here is the Booster Pack. This enables additional functionality, but the best thing about the Booster Pack is the wireless communications enable the robot to be competition ready against other TI RSLK robots. Now, I personally worked through some of the modules and could not have been more educational and user-friendly. I hope to work through more in the near future. One downside is they do take quite a bit of time to complete, but hopefully we can come back next season and demonstrate it further. After the break, we take a look at what could be the security force of the future, find out how New York City is using robotics on the streets, and later a rematch of last year's robotics football championship game. All that and more right here on Sparked.
world where entertainment is at risk. One man is given a mission, but he is about to face his biggest challenge yet. He will race against the clock and open doors to new possibilities that will save weekends as we know it.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for free movies.
Oh, I'll help you with that.
Just go to movies.valpo.edu. They have all the best movies, including The Hobbit and 22 Jump Street.
Whoa, it's that easy?
It's that easy.
Grab some popcorn, grab some buddies, and watch movies.valpo.edu's great selection.
What is passion? At Valpo, it's something that pours out of us uncontrollably. It's a late night shot of caffeine, cramming for finals, a jam session with friends. It sees deep into space, turns big stuff into small potatoes, floats boats, and floods the senses. Passion is alive, it has a heartbeat, and it lives in you. How do we know? Because at Valpo, passion is who we are.
Well, I think that's all we need. Thank you so much for coming in. We'll be in touch.
Okay, this is it. Just shake his hand and walk out with your head held high. Don't mess this up.
Thank you. Nailed it.
Don't let a bad handshake get in the way of getting the job you want. Find out more at the Career Center.
Welcome back. Next, we are going to look at some recent technology in the field of robotics and AI that might help bridge the gap between humans and robots, for better or for worse. Some call it the security force of the future. A new fleet of robots has already hit the streets of New York. Their goal to keep the streets safer. But some people see these machines and immediately worry about privacy concerns. Clark Furricker reports from New York.
Meet Rosie, the security robot, using the same technology as a self-driving car to patrol the sidewalks of Lefrak City in Queens.
This is a crazy combination of artificial intelligence, self-driving autonomous technology, robotics, analytics, in something that is actually useful for society.
The company has built its 3 robot models in the United States and is introducing them to customers inside a new showroom at 47th Street and Lexington Avenue in Manhattan.
I thought it was pretty cool, but I didn't really think much of it. I didn't even know what it was. I just thought the thing was just patrolling around.
They're also deployed at LaGuardia Airport.
Each robot has 5 security cameras, 4 of which help it see things. The 5th one collects thermal imaging data. All of the information going into an internet-based portal that helps local security forces on the ground.
You just can't keep adding more people. Oh, and we're just keep adding more vehicles and more officers. It's just not going to happen. Like, society literally can't afford this.
The robots are able to observe people walking on sidewalks, record license plate numbers, detect heat and objects, and see which cell phone serial numbers are within a designated patrolling area. Nightscope says the data's secure and only seen by the agency controlling the robot. They can stop it and tell it what to look for. Of course, privacy concerns abound.
People could just reboot it or something.
I think this place needs security.
Lee grew up in Queens and says the 9/11 attacks began his thinking about how to improve security across the country.
I'm still really, really upset about it. We're starving for new technology to try to alleviate the problem.
From city streets to corporate campuses, Lee says the security team of the futures helped agencies catch an accused sexual predator, robbery suspect, and vandal in the act. The company says it costs between $6 and $12 an hour for a new robot to hit the streets.
These bots are already fighting crime alongside security teams in 16 states. And next, this multitasking supercomputer was switched on Friday. The $19 million tech tries to mimic the human brain. The Spinnaker computer can send billions of small pieces of information to different destinations simultaneously. Scientists believe it can one day make existing technology better. For instance, they say it can help virtual assistants like Apple Siri and Amazon's Alexa learn on the job. They can adapt to the user's habits and requirements. Now, before you point to Skynet or the Terminator series as a warning, scientists note that this computer cannot outsmart a human. Scientists even say with its 1 million processors, the computer barely approaches 1% of the scale of the human brain. Coming up, Valpo Robotics football against Notre Dame. These two teams met in the national championship last year, where the Crusaders pulled out a close victory for the title. This year, Valpo looks to increase their record to 2-0. Find out after the break.
VUTV, your campus, your story.
Welcome back to Sparked. It wouldn't be a Sparked Robotics episode without spending some time talking about the robotic football here at Valpo. Now, we have shown Valpo Robotics football before, but recently, your defending national champions took a trip to South Bend, Indiana, to face off against fellow robotic football power Notre Dame. Right here, after Air Bud scores for the Crusaders on the first play of the game, here we have Notre Dame driving into Crusader territory. That's Terabyte for the Irish, taking the direct snap, running right, stops Jukes, and ties the game up with a touchdown for the Irish. Next game tied at 7, Valpo with the ball just over 12 minutes remaining in the first half. Running back Air Bud under center, barely gets by a defender in the backfield, finds the left sideline and into the end zone for a Crusader touchdown. Third and short for the Irish. That's number 81, Julius Campbell, who comes up with a huge stop. If we look at that one more time, we see Valpo's top defensive lineman come from behind and stop the Notre Dame running back just short of that green first down line. That crucial stop forces an Irish field goal and keeps Valpo up 14-10. Next, Air Bud was named offensive captain this offseason and is quickly showing why. Right here on third down, number K9 stays alive in the middle of the field, juking defenders and somehow finds the end zone for a 21-10 Crusader lead and his third touchdown of the day. He would finish with 7. Terabyte did find the end zone twice for the Irish, but not the performance Notre Dame hoped for out of their star running back. The Crusaders topped the Irish 48-23 and scored on every offensive possession of the game. You can expect your Valpo Robotics football team back in action soon, and here at Sparked, we will continue to follow them on their quest for their title defense next April. And now, it's time for final thoughts. Welcome to Final Thoughts. First up today is the quote of the day. This week's quote of the day is from Rod Gruppen, professor of computer science and director of the Laboratory for Perceptual Robotics at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. At bottom, robotics is about us. It is the discipline of emulating our lives, of wondering how we work. I don't think there's a quote more fitting. As we progress further through the 21st century, robotics is all about how we can combine technology with real life. As we saw earlier, whether it's robotic security or advanced artificial intelligence, robotics will take us far into the future. Reach out to us on our View TV social media, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, all of those at Valpo View TV. Don't forget to check out our website, valpoviewtv.org, and let us know what you're up to. We are always looking to showcase new and exciting content right here on Sparked. We would like to thank Franklin Cooper Jr., University Manager over at Texas Instruments, for helping to make today's episode possible. Join us next time, same place, after a short Thanksgiving break. Sparked will return November 30th for this year's special edition season finale. That's it for now. Please join us here on View TV Channel 15 or continue to watch all View TV programming whenever, wherever. At valpoviewtv.org/shows. I'm Colin Luft, and this has been View TV Sparked, the show keeping you up to date on everything in the world of science, technology, and innovation. Thank you, and good night.